Musashi's wandering in the mountains, and here we go back to the book. At times, he was so tortured with his sword, it seemed like a weapon that turned against him. Among the possibilities he considered was choosing the easy way. If he could bring himself to live in a comfortable, ordinary way with Otsu, life would be simple. Almost any fief would be willing to pay him enough to live on, perhaps 500 to 1,000 bushels. But when he put it to himself in the form of a question, the answer was always no. An easy existence imposed restrictions. He could not submit to them. So he got the idea, I could just marry Otsu, get a good job, make $100K a year, we'll call it good. He doesn't like that, though.
Does not like it.
The easy path has restrictions. It is the discipline that provides freedom, apparently, for Musashi.
Well, just as a contemporary example, one of my, I would consider him a teacher. He's certainly become a friend, but originally, at least when he came to the U.S., a Polish political refugee named Jerzy Gregorek. He's now in his 60s, lives in Woodside, California, and he's a world champion and world record holder in Olympic weightlifting, as is his wife.
That was a good podcast, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome. He's so salty. And to give people a little bit of background, the first time I met him, I was just, at the time, suffering from a malaise and a general fatigue with the hypersensitivity of the Bay Area. Uh-huh. And I walked in to meet him for the first time to get an assessment. And we sat down and we drank Marco Polo black tea. It's the only tea that he drinks. And he's like, have a seat. So I sit down and we're talking. He's asking me about my goals, about my athletic background, past injuries. And he's sitting across from me. He's in great shape. He's in his 60s. He can still do, as an example, I've seen him on an Indo board. Mm-hmm. If you know what those are. It's a balance board. It's like a wobble board on top of a cylinder with a loaded barbell. He's holding a loaded barbell in a position like a hang clean on an Indo board. He's in his 60s, throw it up, like 150, 200 pounds, and land in a full ass to heels snatch on an Indo bar.
That is legit.
And so he reached across, sipping tea, and then he stopped mid-thought and reached across and sort of pinched my right tit and just said, "You are too fat." So I just love this guy. Like after that, I was like, yes, we are going to work together. But one of his mantras that he uses for everything is easy choices, hard life, hard choices, easy life.
Yeah. Discipline equals freedom, for sure. That's awesome. That is awesome. Did you get on the program with him?
I did for quite a period of time. Yeah.
And were you traveling down? I mean, how did you do? Were you following instruction, or was he personally coaching you?
I traveled down regularly and made excellent progress. It's to do Olympic weightlifting the way that Jerzy would want you to do it, and which is the way I would want to do it. You really need hands-on instruction. It's highly, highly, highly technical. And also you need a logical progression, because most people who just want to do a weekend course and figure out the snatch, they do not have any of the ankle or shoulder mobility, thoracic spine mobility to even perform the right movement, regardless of who the instructor is. They could have a 500-time world champion teaching them and doing video recording, but if they don't have the mobility, they're just going to hurt themselves. So I went down regularly, and then when I was traveling, would send him video, and he would reply with video commentary. Great experience. I mean, I still think the Jerzy style, relatively narrow stance, ass to the grass, overhead squat, one of the best movements.
How wide is his grip when he does that?
It's a snatch grip, so it'd be a wider grip. Yeah. Wider grip. But there are videos of Jerzy. People can look him up. Jerzy, Gregorek, Gregorek. Their videos, he is one of the most flexible, mobile humans I've ever seen. He's strong as an ox, but he can, with his feet together, holding a, say, 35-pound plate overhead with his hands flat underneath it, like he's holding a dinner platter, go down into a perfect squat with his chest up, ass to his heels, holding that overhead with his fingers basically touching.
Yeah.
Which people might say, "Oh, I could do that." Trust me, you can't. like, trust me, you cannot do it.
That's awesome.